What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, guys. We back in Sweden with it. Came across this video, thought it would be interesting. This person, first time he's seeing them. So apparently they're an expat living in Sweden. We got 5 culture shocks in Sweden. My first impression. So we finna check this out, see what it's about. Y'all hit that subscribe button, send out those recommendations.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Alex, and in today's video we'll talk about Swedish cultural shock. So what shocked me when I moved from Serbia to Sweden, and Serbia. I'm living in Sweden now 3 years, a bit more than 3 years. So 5 Swedish cultural shocks. Yes.
First time Serbia. I don't know too much about Serbia. I think I know where it is on the map now. Alex.
Number 1, Swedish mentality. So when I was Googling Sweden before I moved here, a lot of people say that Swedish people are cold, a bit extrovert, and that's half true actually. I have a lot of Swedish friends now, and they're really nice people, but before you know them, they can be a bit, leave me in my own bubble and just don't talk with me. But nothing bad, it's just like that. So they are, even today.
Sometimes I feel like that's just how most people are. If you don't know nobody, you ain't gonna just engage with them quick. There are some people that do that here in the States, but I done ran into strangers. They'll tell you their whole life and you like, wait, what is your name?
My Swedish neighbors can be like, I'm living my life, you live your life, and that's it. But comparing to Serbia, I grew up in a small village where people always talk about each other, you always care about other opinions, so that can also be a bad thing, but I will make a separate video where I will compare Sweden with Serbia with mentality. But also today, I don't like one thing. For example, my neighbors here, some people are saying hi always and always so happy and nice, but some, for example, I'm in the elevator and my neighbor is coming and I say hi, like I'm so happy, and they just
not the death thing.
And I'm like, just say hi, and then I get so angry and it destroys my day completely, because why you don't want to just say hi if I already told you hi? If I didn't say nothing, okay, you don't say hi to me, I don't say hi to you, it's okay. But if I say hi nicely, then... So that was the first thing. But now, today I have a lot of Swedish friends, and they're really, really nice people, I can say that. The second cultural shock in Sweden, it was how many people can speak English. Okay. So in Sweden, more than I don't know by statistic, but my experience says that 97% of people speaks.
Dang, I ain't gonna lie, I knew it was high. I didn't know it was like in the 90s though.
English fluently.
Dang. That's a good thing.
85 or like 7, they speak English really, really good. That can be good thing and bad, because today I'm living here for 3 years, and because everyone speaks English, you're not forced to learn the language. So if I went to France or Germany and they don't speak English at all, or they don't want to speak, doesn't matter, you will be forced to learn the language, and then I will probably speak Swedish really good now. But here I'm not forced to learn Swedish, because everywhere they talk English. You don't even need to say like, sorry, like, do you speak English? You just start talking English and they will just respond to you like a normal thing. So that can be a good and
I'm
bad.
watching a video, a guy, he was in Spain. He asked the guy if he speak English. He said no, but then he thought he asked the guy if he spoke Spanish, in Spain. But the guy was fluent in Spanish. That was crazy though. A black guy, he was fluent in Spanish, and he was just going around when people was lost. He would ask people, oh, do you speak English? And they'd be like, no. So they would try to walk off. Then he started speaking Spanish. They were like, oh, and they just having a full conversation with him, But yeah, I think that would be, you ask people, hey, do you speak? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not fluent in any other language. I know a little something. just not enough to hold a conversation. You know what I'm saying?
But if you're moving from other country, it's a big plus. It's a big plus to find a job. And you're not stressed. You can speak with everyone normally. It's hard when you don't know the language and then you're like. The third culture shock when I moved to Sweden, it's Swedish weather.
Not the weather.
Sorry for
I already just heard it's cold.
In Serbia, like I said, we had really good weather. We had
where
winter,
Jokic from?
like a bit of snow, not so cold. We had summer, really nice summer, like 32 degrees, 28, 34. But now when this climate change happened, it's like a bit, in Serbia it's really, like it can be bad. Summers can be like over 40 degrees. But in Sweden, I remember when they were telling me like, Scandinavia, when you think about Scandinavia, it's rain, wind, snow, cold. First thing it's like, it's cold. But it's not that bad actually. Like I said, because of this climate changes, the weather in Sweden also changed. So now during the summer, you have summer. Like we are going to swim a lot of times, but it's never super, super warm. It's never like 35, 36. First year when I came to Sweden, it was the best weather ever. It was like 30 degrees every day. And it was so funny for me because here they didn't got used to it to be 30 degrees, 31. It's like, oh my God, red alert. When they see like that the grass is not green, they are like panicking. It's like, oh. And
if that grass ain't green, boy, that sun eating it up.
That the weather, the first year when I moved, it was like that. It was every single day so nice. And now it can be bad because of the wind. Wind destroys everything, so it can be even warm, but it's so windy. I will say that the weather in Sweden, it's not so bad like they say. Like I also say a lot of time I joke about.
Hey, let's talk about that winter though. I heard the winter is the most depressing time because the sun never shines.
This weather, but it's not that bad. It's okay. You cannot get everything. You cannot get good standard and everything. God needs to take something, and from this country, this beautiful country, he took a bit from the weather. Fourth culture shock when I moved to Sweden, it's prices. I moved from Serbia, that is really, everything is cheap. It's not even cheap anymore, but it's cheap. Like coffee can be 2 euros, 1.5, 3. But here in Sweden, everything starts like from, you cannot buy coffee for 3 euros or 4. Yeah, it starts with 5, maybe 4, okay, maybe 4, 5, 6. When you go to the nightclub, you cannot buy anything like less than 7 euros. Cocktail.
I think that's pretty typical for like clubs, sporting events, all those things like that, because I can get a 40 case of water for like $4 or $5 a case. This is like 40 to a pack. You go to a store, they got the same water and it's gonna be $4 or $5. You go to a football game, basketball game, they're charging like $5 for that same water that you just paid for 40 for. It matters where you go. You pay the price for where you go, you know what I'm saying?
And beer are about like, but when you compare the life standard and how much you earn, it's not that bad. So I have friends in Italy, in Germany, family in France, and I can see that it's life standard in Sweden is really high, and our salaries are a bit higher. And here you can find apartment for like 500 euros. That's around 5,000 Swedish kronas. Maybe not in the best place,
bad, but
like it's not the best place to live, but still you can find.
It's
and you
affordable,
cannot find, I think, in France and Germany apartment for 500 euros. I think. Fifth cultural shock when I moved to Sweden, it's, we can say, work conditions. In Serbia, I would say that you're not safe because you're not protected by there is law, but no one follow the rules. So you can get fired like tomorrow, even
I sound like the US, boy. That people be getting fired for no reason.
But no one follow the rules. So you can get fired like tomorrow, even you have contract. If you go on a sick leave, you are afraid that you will get fired, and then people are working sick. So comparing to Sweden, where everything is by the rules and everything law protects you so much. That much that people are using the system. So for example, I'm working in one company. After 6 months, if you're working in a company, you get your fast contracts. That's how you say in Sweden. So you get your permanent contract and then you are like safe. Then no one can fire you. They really need to find huge reason that you will get fired. I also have an example where my colleague was on sick leave for 7 years. So she was sick 7 years.
What the heck? What did she have for 7 years?
Sick leave for 7 years.
Dang.
So she was sick 7 years. I don't know the reason, doesn't matter, but she came now after 7 years to work. So, you know, she kept her position because it is like that. And I was shocked about that. Like, how? In Serbia, if you're on sick leave 1 month, they will find some reason and just like, hey, though. Or in Sweden, it's like, bye, you know. And also, salaries are really good. I will talk about that in a separate video, but I think life standard and everything, it's really good in Sweden. I'm really happy that I live in this country, and yeah. And also when I wanted to talk about
7
work,
years.
it's that much good that people are, like I said, using the system. So some people, you don't want to work, you just call sick because you have some reason. 1 week you don't even need to say, or 9 days, you don't even need to say the reason. You don't even need to have a doctor note. You just say, okay, I'm sick, and then you can be sick, and then you can work 1 week, and then you can be sick again, and you can work 1 week. If you have permanent contract, no one can do anything. So you are really protected here in Sweden, like a polar bear. In Denmark, it's not like that. In some other countries in Europe, it's not like that. They can fire like this really quickly. But in Sweden, you're like super safe. So that was 5 cultural shocks when I moved to Sweden. And actually there is a lot more. Like healthcare system, safety here, how they party, how they bring their own drinks. If this video gets 1,000 likes, I will make part 2 Swedish cultural shock. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like this video because, yeah, it was nice. Subscribe on my YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I will leave links down below in description. Yes. Thank you guys and see you next time. 1,000 likes, yes.
Not 1,000. I
don't know. I just feel it's that this country is amazing.
No, I'll subscribe. So you're from Serbia. Ain't that where Nikola Jokic is from? Or am I tripping? I'm trying to think. I can't remember if it's Serbia or Slovakia, Slovenia. One of those. No, I think. No, ain't Luka Doncic from like Slovenia, Slovakia, something like that. I don't know. No, but what shocked me was the co-worker that was out for 7 years. Like, what sickness she had for 7 years? That's crazy. Maybe she was on like disability. We would call disability down here or something. But no, that one very interesting. But I thought Denmark then was the same. Like you need like a real good reason. I know the Netherlands is like that. You actually need like a real good reason to fire somebody. You can't just fire them for no reason, you know. But like he said down here, I mean, Serbia sound like it's kind of like the States. They will look for any reason to let you go, you know, because they don't want to. They can just find somebody else to come in and do the job type of thing. But that's all I have for this video, guys. Y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And y'all be blessed, be the best to be you. I'm out.